Today we're going to break down a sick turntablist DJ mix suggested by one of you guys. It's a routine by DJ Angelo and he transitions from next episode by Snoop Dogg to Lean Back by Fat Joe in the most creative and entertaining way.
Smoke weed every day, Smoke weed every day.
DJ Angelo is the OG YouTuber and I kinda learned almost all my DJ tricks from his videos. So check out his YouTube and show him some love. I really wouldn't be where I am now without him. Anyway, what makes this transition pretty sick is how DJ Angelo flips a smoke weed everyday sample into a surprise tone play routine via the deck's tempo faders. And it may look like a difficult transition, but in actuality, it's pretty simple and easy to do. So I've gone ahead and recreated a version of this routine that you can perform with any DJ controller or DJ software. But before we get to it, let me know in the comment section down below any other DJ routines you guys want me to break down. And with that said, let's begin.
Smoke weed every day, Smoke weed every day, Smoke weed every day.
On the left on deck 1, we have a remix of Lean Back by Fat Joe and we only made one cue point here, which is at the beginning of the track. Anyway, on the right on deck 2, we have Next Episode by Snoop Dogg and there we have two cue points. One at the beginning of the Smoke Weed Everyday sample.
Smoke weed every day.
And the second one at the day sample.
Day.
Now our DJ software settings are pretty simple. Key lock is deactivated on deck number 2. And our tempo fader settings there are set to 6. By following those settings, we can pitch play our sample like this. So the first thing we have to know are the exact levels of the tempo fader that replicate the day sample in the pitches that resemble the lean back riff. And there are only 3, and they are the following. Now to make doing this routine a little bit easier, I've marked the sections we're going to use on the tempo fader with stickers. Blue for low, red for neutral, and green for high. The first section is the middle area or neutral area. The second section is the lower pitch area over here, and that's 2 ticks away from the upper edge of the tempo fader. And the last section is the high pitch section over here, and that's 2 ticks away from the bottom edge of the tempo fader. Now make sure to also use your ears in deciding what sections to use because these sections here could differ if you use other DJ controllers, but generally this is basically it. Now to make your life even easier, I suggest using tape to cover the sections of the tempo fader you won't be using. Now let's move on to actually doing the routine. Keep in mind that our tempo faders are all set to the neutral position. So let's first load up Lean Back on deck number 1. And let's cue it from the start of the riff. And now let's load up Next Episode on deck number 2 and cue it from the first cue point, which is the start of the sample.
Smoke weed every day.
And now we're ready. So this is the breakdown for the first part of this routine. So the first step is to play next episode via the start of its sample. Then once you hear day, grab the tempo fader and bring it to the low section here and press the second cue point once.
Day. Smoke weed every day. Day.
Then bring the tempo fader to the high section over here and press the second cue point once.
Day. Smoke weed every day. Day. Day.
Then bring the tempo fader back to the lower section over here and press the second cue point again.
Day. Smoke weed every day. 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 Day.
And then bring the tempo fader back to the neutral position and press the second cue point 3 times.
Day. Day. Day.
So the whole thing will look like this. We'll first do it slow, then in normal speed.
Smoke weed every day. 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 Smoke weed every day. 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 Day.
And we'll refer to this as the first pattern and keep that in mind because we'll be doing this multiple times throughout the whole routine. So now let's move on to the second pattern. We start by pressing the second cue point in the neutral position once.
Day.
Then again in the lower position.
Day.
Then again in the higher position.
Day.
Then one last time in the neutral position.
Day.
So the whole thing will look like this. We'll first do it slow, then in normal speed.
Day. 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 Day.
So the whole first part of the routine will look like this.
Smoke weed every day. 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 Day.
Now we move on to the second part of this routine, which requires a bit of speed. So once you're done doing the first part second pattern, press next episode's first cue point, and once you hear day, trigger and play lean back. Then proceed to do the first pattern in time and in sync as lean back plays.
Smoke weed every day. 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 Day.
So the next thing to do is to do the second pattern as lean back continues to play. And once you hear the snare build-up sample on lean back, quickly trigger next episode's first cue point so that when the sample says day, it hits perfectly on the one when the lean back riff drops again.
Smoke weed every day.
So the whole second part of this routine will look and sound like this.
Smoke weed every day. 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 Smoke weed every day.
And now let's move on to part 3 of this routine where things get even faster. So when the day sample hits the one on the lean back riff, do pattern number 1. But this time, trigger the second cue point in double time speed.
Day. 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 Smoke weed every day. 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 Day.
And once you're doing that, do pattern number 2. But this time, double time your double time speed. And once you reach the end of the snare buildup on lean back, trigger and play the first cue point on the next episode song.
Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
So now let's put everything together from part 1 to part 3.
Smoke weed every day. 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 Smoke weed every day. 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 weed every day. Smoke weed every day.
And that's it. If you guys have any other DJ routines you guys want me to break down, just let me know via the comment section down below. And with that said, thank you so much for watching guys, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.